They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright lights, city lights, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. Yeah. Man, how I have missed hearing that theme song play every week. You already know. We about to chop it up about that good Power Book 2 Ghost. Season 4, Episode 1, entitled, I Don't Die Easy. Who does? First of all, I am your humble and most honorable host, Real. And this episode is brought to you by that good Douce and Coke. Diet Coke, because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Old school. Let's just get down to brass tacks, shall we? But we start off where we left off, with Tariq and Braden almost getting their heads blowed off by Noma, the Tejadas, Effie, the whole damn lot of bad folk up in this Power Book 2 Ghost universe. They get about the spot, make some serious tracks. Now Obi need a scapegoat, because such things like security are his responsibility. And he finds 2 scapegoats and a reason to let that gun go blow. Because these cats he got up here were the last to see Tariq and Braden up in the spot. He tells him that's your when Noma hears about this. How you gonna let young Ebony and Ivory slip right through your fingers? One cat like, please. That ain't nothing compared to your treacherous, disloyal ass. I know about them green cards, player. Whoop, there it is. Before the 30-second mark hit, blow, 1 for you, and blot out, black out, 1 for you. Lay them 2 cats out. They ain't even make it 30 seconds in the show opening. Them 2 barely made it past the opening credits. And come around Noma does. Obi tells her Tariq and Braden got away because of these 2 cats that's now lying on the floor. She collect the troops, tells Effie to drive Kane back to his spot, where Noma can send and get him fixed up with a doctor. Kane took that shot at the end of last season, courtesy of Braden. Noma told everybody to get on a hunt for Tariq and Braden, and they all piece up out of there. Now, Tariq and Braden kind of officially on the run at this point, But before they go, they trying to figure out their next move. Now, per Tariq's big idea, the only play they got is to strap up and kidnap Noma's daughter. And that's just what they do. To connect Pinky, tells them they ain't got long. Like, y'all better hurry. This chick got luggage. She stay on they tail and they trail, or he. Pinky stay on they tail and trail. Keeps Tariq and Braden aware of their whereabouts, which leads them to a private hangar. Anya about to board a plane and get up out that joint. Tariq put that kidnap mission in motion. Now the plane is about to take off. Anya in the car on her super bougie. She like, there better be a manicurist on board this plane or I'm losing all my shit. Just then Tariq and Braden sent a decoy whip their way, a ghost rider. Entourage starts shooting at the whip thinking it's a enemy approach him. And while they shooting at the ghost whip, Tariq and Braden come from behind, take the whole entourage out. Most of it, at least. But not before whoever was in that truck with Anya take off. She get up out of there. And she don't hear nothing that's going on. She got the headphones on, getting her riot rap on. Well, that went well. Noma back at her spot, heated after hearing this news. Tells all her people to get the out her crib. Got on her Marty Ma, told everybody to get to stepping. Now everybody does, except Obi, who hanging around on some other shit. She like, what, you ain't hear me? He like, let me help. Look like all this negative energy is turning Obi the hell on. He like, in the absence of Mecca, let me help. Kisses her hand. I don't know what he was thinking. She slapped the shit out of him. Like, that ain't what time we on right now, little player. And maybe he was thinking he done seen that before. Maybe they had a little something at one point, But she handled it like a little too cool, like with a not now type attitude as opposed to a what the hell, bruh? She like, think with your big head and not the little one in your pants. Find my damn daughter, pop Tariq. You know you got to pop Tariq. And that's the only thing on my mind right now, not some he piece up out of there. Just then Anya pop up. And they get to going back and forth. Now Anya don't feel no threat against her life right now. And why would she? She's a kid. She doing kid shit. She's actually quite pissed off, that she had to be pulled out of school for some of her mama bullshit. Now going back to when Noma put the word out to her crew to find Braden and Tariq after they did a Houdini on them. Effie and Kane up in the whip start heading to Kane's spot. They having a little lovers tiff, a lovers quarrel of sorts. If you want to call them lovers, Now Kane want to go to the Westons. Because now this thing with Tariq and Braden is super personal. He talking like the Braden family gonna know where Ebony and Ivory at. Maybe he just needs some get back, at the two people he hate the most in the world right about now. Closest people he can get a hold of at this moment in time is Braden peeps. Now Effie disagree. She don't want to go over to the Westons, pulls the car over. He like, you coming or what? She on that what? He like, all right, hops out the whip, heads over to Weston's crib on foot. Runs up in the Weston spot, get the whooping Braden brother on sight. Holds the father at gunpoint. He like, where Braden at? Like they know. It would have been a real mess in there if Effie ain't come up and clean up behind him. Checking on Kane, getting him the f*** up out of there. Tells him to bring his on. They don't know. And begrudgingly he complies. Meanwhile, Kane brother and sister Dirty Diana and Drew Hill shady rethinking their hit on their mother. At least Diana is. Drew talking about kidnapping Braden's sister. To get Tariq to come out. And that's what they do. In a cooperative type way, hoping that they'll meet somewhere out the way. And when they meet up, Braden and Tariq pop out the car or wherever they at. And they just pop two in Braden, pop two and Tariq roll out. One to the head, one to the chest. I guess they have to pop one in Becca too. But they ain't get that far with the thinking. They up in Diana's room. Becca comes in, because Becca and Diana roommates and all. Diana tells her Braden is in trouble, owes some bad people a lot of money. Drew like, you should probably roll with us, I don't know how that's helpful in Becca's eyes, but she agrees, rolls out with the shady bunch. Drew hit up Braden outside of her purview, lets him hear them talking, gives him a place and a time to meet, or he says they killed Becca. Of course, Braden immediately decides to roll out to the meet. He want to get his sister back. He ain't trying to hear nothing Tariq talking about. Now, Tariq a little more cautious. He wants to get Davis's input before they do anything right now. And Davis is the only one Tariq can really trust at this point. Tariq like it could be a setup. Could it be? Could it be my chromed out whip? Break your neck when you see a fella dip? Or could it be the ice you see? This ain't no could it be. What else could it be? Of course it's a setup. Ain't asked for nothing in exchange. Ain't say what he wanted. Ain't even give him a time frame. Tariq then hits Davis up, who at the moment is occupied with a gang of My man got two chicks bucky naked up in the shower with him. Look like he about to get 2 scoops of that French vanilla butter pecan chocolate deluxe. Watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts. He on that ice cream. Somehow Davis winds up taking that call. Tells Tariq he can't help. That he's been suspended. Got a letter from the bar and all of that. Tells him to fight the power as he travels throughout the rest of his school days. Pieces up out of there. Get the back to what he was doing. Davis ain't no help. Now while Drew and Diana on their way to meet at the pier, Diana gets a call. Turns out Monet's surgery is having some complications. Wants to go to be by Monet's side. Now they on their way to this damn meet. Drew like, we ain't on that kind of time right now. Tells Dirty Diana to take a cab if she feeling so inclined. She gets up out the ride, leaves Drew to handle this thing with Tariq and Braden on his own. Drew get down to the pier, waiting on Braden. Becca ain't feeling little Drew vibes at all, his shadiness. These ain't the times she wished for. Y'all don't hear me. She like, I want to call my peeps. I want to call my pops, let them know what's happening. Drew like, nah, don't do that. She really ain't feeling his now. Get to spraying Drew with some bear spray. Hit him with the UDAP. Tore Drew little eyes up. Now he look like a damn bear. She run out the whip, catches up with Braden, who happens to just be arriving. Drew pull up out the pop on both days. Here come Tariq running to his with a a 98 Dodge pickup. Tore Drew little ass all the way up. Had his ass moving around like Igor. Tariq couldn't finish that job though. They all piece up out of there. Take Becca home. Now I guess Braden figured he was gonna walk in his pop's crib, get some hot chocolate, some change of clothes, couple dollars, and be on his way. Pop stopped him at the door, said they family getting their asses kicked because of him. Got real racist with it too. Told him to go play in the jungle with his jungle crew. Got on his Marty Marr, told Braden to get to stepping and stay stepping. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Ain't nothing left for Braden back at the Western spot. Now while Braden having his come to Jesus moment, fully living the effect of his drug dealing actions on his family, Tariq in the car waiting, gets a call from Davis, who lets him know Noma and Obi just stopped by, asked his whereabouts, told him they put 100 racks on each of their heads, told him it's time y'all get the f*** up out of New York. Tariq like, all right, good looking out. Braden get back in the car. They trying to figure out their next move after hearing this news. Wishing they had never stepped in the game. You know, they have a moment where they evaluating the choices they've made up to this point. Wishing they only had to deal with exams, term papers, and whether to get that on a Saturday night or a Friday night. You know, some college kids. Now at this point, all the Wolves is trying to figure out their next move. Ain't nobody seen Tariq nor Braden except for Drew. Kane eventually gets his bullet taken out. Diana down at the hospital looking over Monet. She don't know what to do. Monet up in her dreams fighting for her damn life. She ain't trying to make her way to the crossroads, not just yet. She having purgatory type conversations with all her baby daddies. All at the same damn time too. Questioning all her life choices. Catching up with all the folks she cared about who died along the way. That drug dealing way. You know. Diana hits Drew up. He roam around town like a life-size snail, just slithering all over the place. He tore the hell up. Diana tells Drew Monet is in a coma. He like, okay, well, you need to finish the damn job. You know what's gonna happen if she wake up and is able to count. Put 2 plus 2 together on our ass. That's our ass. Tells her Tariq threatened to tell Monet everything. So go take out half the equation right there, and I'm going to take out the other half. Now at the same time, Braden and Tariq decide to hit Stanfield up. You know, Tariq had a stash he put away up in a hiding spot, and they go to get it. They go up on campus, get spotted by some classmates. And those classmates eventually run into Effie and Kane, who sniffed out the fact that Tariq might be making his way up that piece, you know, up to Stansfield. And Noma was right earlier when she told Effie to get to sniffing Tariq out in them streets. She like, you was f***ing him, right? Sniff his scent out. You know his steez. You know how he move. That was your partner. Shorty tell Effie cops was just looking for Tariq, but she ain't tell him he was here. Kane like, oh, Tariq is here? put that word out to Noma, said, have my money ready. I'm about to bring him in pieces. Now, Noma ain't taking his word for it at all. She sent the word out like it was decreed on John Wick or something. She put that call out to all the hitters, and they all descend on Stansfield. Tariq and Braden go get their little stash. But now they pray. They marked men. They got money on their heads. They get the stash. Effie hit Tariq on the cell out of nowhere. Texts him that Kane is there to kill him and that there may be others on the way. Now, this whole thing started partially because of Fed, Paz's son, Angela's nephew, asking around on campus if folks seen Tariq. He want to ask him about green cards and his involvement with Noma's organization. Now, when he met up with his mama earlier, she told him to let that go. He ain't listen. Ain't get the memo of the body trail surrounding the St. Patrick's. He don't know. Or maybe he do know, but think he gonna be the one to change the trend. Eventually, he runs into Tariq and Braden while they up on campus in a parking garage, asking about Noma and them green cards. Says he got a hard drive of some good that will get their whole organization knocked up. Tells him he Angela Valdez's nephew. He threw that name around like it was going to get him some dap or some shit. My man was misinformed. In fact, he got the opposite. One of Noma's hitters get to shooting at him. Gets taken out by the nephew. Now, while that's happening, Braden gets the upper hand on him. They got him hemmed up. Tariq calls up Noma. Tells him what the deal is, offers a truce to take this cat out. So they don't go public. He like, these cats got on us, I could take him out right now. Now Obi agrees a truce is in order. Says if they kill him, if they kill Tariq while around the Fed, and if that Fed get killed, they'll have more eyes on them than they care for right now. Somehow Noma agrees to this bull. Tells Tariq he can live for now. They hang up. Tells Obi after this died down, Tariq gots to go. Because he went after her daughter, which is unforgivable. They disconnect. Get back to the Fed. Now what Mr. Smarty Pants didn't anticipate is that Tariq ain't got no love for Angela or anything associated with her, her name, her likeness, her image, nothing. Puts one in homeboy's skull. In fact, he holds an extreme amount of hate in his heart for Angela, as he holds her accountable for somewhat why his life is so messed up right now. Based on the fact that according to him, she broke up his happy home by having that relationship with his pops, that at some point caused the family structure to fully break down. Puts one in homeboy head. Blow! Makes it look like the shooter killed him. Tells Braden to call it in. They dip the up out of there. Noma tells the rest of the killer crew to stand down. Just then, Kane spot Tariq on the yard. Says he don't give two shits about Noma stand down. They start running. Tariq immediately hit Drew like, if you don't call Kane off, I'm going to tell him what you and Diana had planned for Monet. And you don't want that. Drew sound like a little kid. He like, you better not. Tariq like, well, you better get to chatting. Diana get the memo from Drew. And Drew eventually catches up with Kane outside the garage, where there's a big hoopla over the shooting and all, you know. Find Tariq outside talking to the cops, you know, telling them stories like Big Bub. Drew and Kane watching this set up here like this mofo. Drew tell Kane he just spoke to Diana. Said Tariq ain't the shooter. You know, we need to let him live. Kane like, ain't this about a bitch? We gon' see. We gon' get to the bottom of this shit right here. Diana back at the hospital. She like, I miss you, Ma. You know, talking to Monet. Got a finger to twitch her. Brought Monet right up out that coma. You know, that little display of affection. Now Drew and Kane come down to the hospital. Drew like, that's f***ed up that you ain't like I told you to. They get interrupted by Monet, who get to talking. Fully about the coma now. Told the kids to find out who did this, and that's where they leave off.